Hello everyone, how's it going? Billy Ballgame here, back with another video. On this channel, I'm just a dude who loves to talk about baseball cards. And it's Saturday afternoon. I couldn't tolerate the Mizzou and Alabama game anymore because it's not going well. They finally got on the scoreboard, Mizzou did, with about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I think, before I came downstairs to film this. So what I want to talk about today is I want to continue my Hall of Fame rookie cards, my budget Hall of Fame rookie cards series. I kind of started this a few months ago. I covered, I believe it was 51 through 55. So today I'm going to pick up where I left off and I'm going to go 55 to 60, or sorry, 56 through 60. But before I do that, a couple things I wanted to cover. So we finished our first week of basketball practice. I survived. So I think at this point I'm probably going to be down to one video a week, just because by the time I get home from practice at 5:30 in the evening, I eat, take a shower or whatever, and then hang out, for a little bit. It's 7 or 8 o'clock. And so I think it's probably going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday type of thing, probably until the end of basketball season, as far as when I put videos out. But I will do my best to get one out a week. Now, kind of precursor to this video, sorry I got tongue-tied there, is my buddy, Picker Jim, sent me a care package. So he watched one of my recent videos where I picked up Hockey Beckett number 4 with Mario Lemieux on the cover, and I'd mentioned in the video that at some point I wanted to get edition or volume, whatever you want to call it, number 1 of hockey, football, and basketball. Like, I remember when Beckett started doing those. So to me, they've always just been really cool. So Jim was nice enough to reach out to me through my email on my YouTube channel and said that he had one of episode or volume 1 for hockey, and asked me if I would like him to send it to me. And I was like, well, yeah, if you're willing to do that, that would be great. But Jim is just an amazing guy. Like, Jim and I don't know each other well. As a matter of fact, we really didn't get to hang out at the National. We kind of waved to each other in a distance and said hello kind of in passing at the National. But to have him reach out to me out of the clear blue and offer up this magazine, I thought was just a tremendously nice thing of him to do. And Jim has been around YouTube for quite a while. Like, really, I put him up, and I'm going to leave some people out, so please don't be offended. But, like, he's a YouTube Hall of Famer. I put him up there with, Ray from Philly and Mike Moynihan, baseball collector. Like, and of course there are others. But, he's one of the OGs on YouTube, and he's been around forever. And he's been very supportive of my channel since I started my channel. And I see him frequently in comments on other videos that I watch and comment on. And he's just a tremendous supporter of the YouTube community, and I'm sure if you're watching this video that you watch his channel. But if you're not already subscribed to Picker Jim, I believe it's Picker Jim Sports Cards, or I'm not sure what the full title of his channel is, but if you type in Picker Jim, I'm sure that he will come up. And just what a great dude. So thank you, Jim. I really appreciate the care package that you sent, because he also sent other things beside just volume 1 of hockey. So I'm going to show that to you real quick, and then I'll start talking about budget Major League Baseball Hall of Fame rookie cards from 56 through 61. So here are some. I'm going to try to reorganize this real quick. So he sent me quite a bit of stuff. Really, bear with me here. I'm fumbling through this. I'll try to get through it as best I can. But one of the characters off the Alien movie card he sent, Royce Lewis, rookie card, Byron Buxton, Rod Carew, Kirby Puckett. Unfortunately, we lost the World Series. The Cardinals lost in '87 to Kirby Puckett's Twins. There's Jim Cott. Another Rod Carew. A swell Rod Carew. Mosaic, all-time greats, Kirby Puckett. Harmon Killebrew. And I love Harmon Killebrew. Harmon Killebrew has one of the best-looking, underrated rookie cards in Topps history, in my opinion. And there's a Stadium Club Rod Carew. He sent me a few Twins stickers. This is an Upper Deck foil sticker there. Foil hologram, whatever you want to call it. Some really cool non-sport packs. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This is unopened. A Superman pack from one of the movies back from when I was a kid. I remember I watched all of these when I was younger. I'm not sure which Superman this is from. It might be the first one. Dick Tracy, that was like from my middle school days. I remember that one very well. This is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe that's Shredder on the pack right there from TMNT. A couple Wayne's World packs. A couple Alien packs. And then a Robin Hood Prince of Thieves. This one's from the 90s. I remember this one well with Kevin Costner was the star of that movie, if I remember correctly. So very cool there. Thank you, Jim. But for me, really, the chef's kiss. Oh, and he wrote me a very nice note on here, too. It says, Hi, Billy. I hope all is well. Enclosed, you will find the Hockey Beckett Price Guide, issue number 1, that I told you I was sending. I sent along a few other things I thought you might like as well. Keep up the great videos. Take care, Jim, a.k.a. Picker Jim. So, once again, just one of the all-time great dudes within the YouTube community, and one of the all-time just nice guys. So, I'm hoping at Strongsville or a future national or whatever that, I get to spend some time with Jim. And we watch each other's videos and we comment on each other's videos. But we've never spent any time together in person. So hopefully we can change that in the future. And thank you once again, Jim. But just some amazing Beckett's that he sent me. So here's a Beckett tribute with Shaquille O'Neal on the cover. Actually on both covers. And I was a huge fan of Shaquille O'Neal when he came into the league. For some reason, you've heard me say it on previous videos that I've always been a fan of centers for some reason. And I think it was because when I was younger, I was pretty tall for my age, and then I stopped growing like my freshman year and went from being like a 4 or a 5 type guy to a point guard or a 2 guy. So a 1 or a 2, a point guard or shooting guard. So I've always been a center trapped in a point guard's body, so to speak. So I've always been a big fan of centers. And then here's one with Michael Jordan, front and back cover. Here's him with the Tar Heels. And again, growing up where I grew up, an hour south of St. Louis, we didn't have an NBA team. So I went back and forth for many years between the Bulls and the Pacers being my favorite team. Really until Shaquille O'Neal came in the league with Anthony Hardaway and Nick Anderson and Scott Skiles. Like, they had some great teams in the mid-90s. And for a few years, the Orlando Magic were my favorite team. And then here's an amazing Ozzie Smith Sports Illustrated that he sent as well. Spring training guide from 1997. And these are amazing to me. Awesome. And then these, I don't remember what they're called, but I remember them from when I was very, very young. They had some at my grandpa's house, and I think that these came out of some kind of magazine. And I've seen them from time to time at different shows and stuff like that. And like wherever these came from, whatever magazine or whatever they came from, my grandma and grandpa on my mom's side had like a huge stack of these, and I was just amazed by them when I was probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. And then so this one is Gary Templeton, and there's the back, and these are just super cool to me. And then really kind of the main attraction for me is here's volume 1 of Beckett Hockey Magazine. And of course, who else would they put on the cover other than the great one, Wayne Gretzky? And then on the back, you have Patrick Waugh, just one of the best goaltenders of all time, still with the Canadiens here. He would spend a big chunk of his career with, I think, at Colorado. Like, I'm trying to remember who else he played for. I think he played for a few different teams, but my memory's a little foggy on that. So if I said the wrong thing, please forgive me. So that's the care package. Again, thank you, Picker Jim. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Just what a great dude you are, and what a great fixture within the YouTube card community you are. And thank you. I really, really appreciate it. I will put some Boston Red Sox stuff together to send back your way. And I know you don't want anything in return, but it's the least I can do. All right, so I'm almost 12 minutes in. I will try not to make this a 40-50 minute video because I tend to get talking. My mouth works faster than my brain does, and these videos can kind of stretch out sometimes longer than intended. So I will jump right to it. I'm not gonna flip usually I would pull these up on VCP on my wife's computer and show the prices and all that other stuff. But then I have to splice video with my phone and the computer, and it creates a lot more editing. And editing is not really, like, I didn't start YouTube so I could edit videos. Like, that's not my idea of a good time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the cards. I'm going to put a picture up here on the screen, maybe this side, I don't know, as I'm talking about it, so you can look, get an eye on it. Now again, most of you can close your eyes and picture these cards. Like, this video is intended for collectors that are newer to the vintage aspect of the hobby, like myself. I've started focusing more on vintage about kind of toward the end of 2019 or the beginning of 2020, really. But since then, in my collection, other than spending copious amounts of money on junk wax stuff, other than that, like, that is the main focus of my collection. And then of course, I pick up, the occasional more modern card, but I would say at this time I'm probably 80-20 vintage to more modern. So this is for you guys that are newer to the vintage side of collecting. And as I always talk about in these budget videos, think the cost of entry is a barrier to you collecting vintage cards. And as a collector on a budget, the vast majority of my life, and again, I'm still on a budget, I'm just on a very fortunate for me budget of $450 a month, but that hasn't always been the case. And for a long time, I was on a $200 budget, and for an even longer time, I was on a budget less than that. So I would like to think that being a budget collector has made me maybe more savvy, more aware of what cards are available out there for a budget collector. Not that collectors with bigger budgets aren't savvy, and not that they don't do research and know, what a certain card is worth. But for me, I focus a whole lot more on bang for my buck, right? Because my hobby dollars only go so far. And that's kind of the focus of these types of videos, is helping guys that are younger to the hobby or younger to the vintage side of the hobby kind of, know what cards that are really cool cards that you can go out there and afford that don't cost, you know, $3, $4, $5,000 or more. So long rambling intro. I hope I kept everybody's attention, but here we go. So number one is 1956 Topps Luis Aparicio. Now, this is the only Hall of Fame rookie card in the 56 Topps set. Again, I'll pop a picture up in one of these corners. But it's an amazing card. And for me, really, Topps was at the peak of their game from like 52, 53 to 56. Were some of the best looking cards in baseball card history, in my opinion. And the Luis Aparicio was a great looking card out of that amazing 56 Topps set. And it's incredibly cheap. Now, depending on your version of budget, right? Like if you have $20 a month, then these cards may still be expensive and you're going to have to save up some time to buy these in graded versions in mid grades, which are what I wrote the prices down for most of them. But again, if you go into a lower grade, the cards are, of course, are going to be cheaper. But the Luis Aparicio in a PSA 5 is $163. In a PSA 6, which would technically be investor grade, is $217. And that is extremely cheap to me. Just an amazing card from the 56 set. So that's the only Hall of Fame player card in that set. I believe there's a Casey Stengel card in there. That's technically his rookie card. But I didn't write any manager cards down here. So I'm not going to talk about the Whitey Herzog. I'll probably mention the Sparky Anderson because I wrote it down in my notes. But I'm not going to talk about manager cards. I'm going to focus on player Hall of Fame rookie cards. So that's it for the 56 Topps set as far as Hall of Fame rookie cards go. Now for 1957, this is not one of my favorite sets from the 50s that Topps made. But it's grown on me here recently, and the 57 set is an amazing year for rookie cards. There are 5 Hall of Fame rookie cards in the 57 set, and then there is a group of rookie cards of players that aren't Hall of Famers, but were really good players, and these are kind of key non-Hall of Fame cards, in my opinion. So to start with the Hall of Famers, we've got Don Drysdale in a PSA 5 is $166. In a PSA 6, it's $275. So again, the vast majority of Hall of Fame pitchers, there are a few exceptions, but the vast majority of Hall of Fame pitcher rookie cards are really pretty cheap, relatively speaking. And so again, that's a card in a PSA 6, which again is investor grade for under $300 of really just a tremendous, it's a great looking card of an amazing Hall of Famer from the Dodgers. And then the next one, Bill Mazeroski in a 5, he is $113. In a PSA 6, he's $140. Now, some people can argue that Bill Mazeroski should not be in the Hall of Fame, and it would be tough to, no one could argue that he's Willie Mays or Mickey Mantle, but still, nonetheless, Bill Mazeroski was a really good player and is a Hall of Famer. You guys know me, like I love rookie cards, and so all of these cards eventually I plan on adding to my collection. It's just a matter of when, because I want to get every rookie Hall of Fame card that I can find or afford, So again, Bill Mazeroski, extremely cheap. I mean, $113 for a 5, like that's going to be a good card if you can find, a nice eye appeal 5 that's centered and all that stuff. So next is Frank Robinson. Now this one is a little bit more expensive, so I bumped down a grade. So a PSA 4 is $236. And Frank Robinson is a great player. Like, Frank Robinson is an inner circle Hall of Famer. He won a batting title in the American League and the National League. Or was it MVP? Yes, MVP in the American League and the National League. A PSA 4, and it's a great looking card, for 236. A PSA 5 is 255. And I'm going by VCP, Vintage Card Prices, average price for this card. So his PSA 5 is 355 and a PSA 6 is 614. So, 614 for a PSA 6, obviously that is not a cheap card. I wouldn't consider that a budget card by any means, but that's just to show you kind of the range of his prices. So of course, if you drop down to a PSA 3 or an SGC 3 for that matter, they're going to get even cheaper. So my guess would be you can get a card in the $2.5 to maybe $3.5 range of his for under $200 for his rookie card. So next we have Jim Bunning, and this is another great looking card. We have a PSA 5 for $161 and a PSA 6 for $167. So, again, he's a Hall of Fame pitcher, so he's pretty cheap. So, and there's not a big spread between 161 and 167. So, my opinion, I would pay the extra $6 to buy a grade up. So I would go with a 6 for 167. Again, depending on eye appeal and different variables and all that stuff. Now, for a lot of these cards, if you're looking at a very high eye appeal version of this card for the grade, of course you can expect maybe to pay a little bit more for it. But I did my best to keep the prices, in that $100 to $300 range. So then next we have, and of course this one is not a budget card, the Brooks Robinson rookie. But you can get a PSA 2 for $374. And these have come down quite a bit from, he passed away not long ago. Everything went up. I can't remember if it was a 5 or a 6 was over $1,000. But now you can get a PSA 2 for $374. And of course they're going to go up from there. But you can buy a pretty decent mid-grade and a 4 or 5, I believe, for under $1,000, maybe even a 6 in this card. It's more expensive, so I didn't spend as much time looking at the prices of this card. But again, just what an amazing rookie card this is of one of the great all-time iconic Hall of Fame players. He's not Willie Mays, he's not Mickey Mantle, but one of the all-time, if not the best defensive third baseman of all time, Brooks Robinson. But in this 57 set, we also have rookie cards of Rocky Colavito, who I love. He's one of the most underrated players in baseball, in my opinion. Was just a great player, a monster power hitter. His rookie card is in the 57 set, and it's a great looking card too. You have Yankee great Bobby Richardson, many MVPs or many World Series Bobby Richardson won, and he may have won an MVP if I remember right. Then you also have the 57 Rookie of the Year, Tony Kubek. His rookie card is in the 57 top set as well. And those are all going to be pretty affordable. All right, so next, one of my favorite designs from the late 50s, and I think really is an underrated design in the Topps lore, is the 58 top set. And the only Hall of Fame rookie card in it is Orlando Cepeda. And again, a fairly affordable card. $148 for a PSA 5. And a PSA 6 is $201. A pretty affordable card. If you're a guy with a $50 or $100 budget a month, like, this is a card you could save up for a few months and pick up a really nice version of an all-time great Hall of Famer. But this set really, to me, if there's a year For non-Hall of Fame rookie cards that really overshadow the Hall of Fame rookie cards, it's 1958. So the non-Hall of Famer rookie cards is like a who's who of some of the best players not in the Hall of Fame. And guys you hear a lot of talk about should be in the Hall of Fame. So that includes Roger Maris, who is actually more expensive than Orlando Cepeda, but it's a great looking rookie card with the Cleveland Indians. And Jim Mudcat Grant. So he was a great Negro Leagues pitcher, made the transition to the major leagues. I believe he was a 20-game winner in the major leagues. Just a great pitcher. His rookie card is in 58 tops. Vada Pinson. And again, you hear a lot of talk about Vada Pinson should be in the Hall of Fame. Milt Pappas was a really good pitcher for the Baltimore Orioles for a long time and was a 20-game winner. I don't remember if he won a Cy Young or not, but Milt Pappas was a really good pitcher. And then you also have Curt Flood's rookie card. And to me, this is one of the best looking, most underrated rookie cards in baseball history, the Curt Flood rookie card. Now, I may be biased by my Cardinals colored glasses, but I really do love that Curt Flood rookie card, and you can pick it up for extremely cheap. And again, these players are not Hall of Famers, but there's no doubt that they were stars in their own right, as well as, going back to the 57 set with Bobby Thompson and Rocky Colavito. So just because they're not in the Hall of Fame doesn't mean that there aren't some great players who have some amazing rookie cards that are not in the Hall of Fame. And at some point, I'm going to do a video on just non-Hall of Fame rookie cards. So I will probably mention some of these again. So the 59 top set is an amazing set, but there's not really a lot to talk about when it comes to budget Hall of Fame rookie cards because there aren't any, because Bob Gibson's is the only Hall of Fame rookie card from the 59 top set, and you can't call that a budget card under any stretch of the imagination, so I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on 59 tops. It is also Sparky Anderson's rookie card, but I'm not going to talk about managers. So that's it for 59 tops, pretty much. So last but not least, a set that's very near and dear to my heart that I've been working on a complete set of for a couple years, and I think I'm about 60% of the way through. I've got them setting all over the place. Here's another stack, and here's another stack, and you probably guessed it, 60 tops. So not a lot of Hall of Fame rookie cards, but in my opinion, some amazing rookie cards. And this is the first year of the 60s, and the 60s have some amazing rookie cards as well. And there's a reason why people call the 50s and 60s the golden era of baseball, because what amazing players played in the 50s and 60s. Some of the most memorable, best, biggest, most iconic rookie cards in baseball card collecting are from the 50s and 60s. So in the 60 top set, you have the Carl Yastrzemski, which I'm lucky enough to own a very nice, in my opinion, version of this card. In a PSA 5, it's $206. In a PSA 6, it is $339. And this card's come down quite a bit in the last year or so. Like, I'm trying to remember how much I paid for my SGC 5.5, but I paid considerably above average value because this card is notorious for having overprinting, black smudges all over the surface. And so if you find a nice clean example without a lot of that black smudging on the surface, like, you're probably going to pay above the average value, because that's a very, very common flaw in this card. And they're also hard to find centered as well. But I love that card. I love Carl Yastrzemski. Just a great player, a great iconic rookie card. So next we have Willie McCovey. Now, Willie McCovey has his regular Topps rookie card, number 316, I believe it is. In a PSA 5, it's $169. In a PSA 6, it's $249. So again, just one of the all-time great sluggers, along with Carl Yastrzemski in baseball history, and their rookie cards, in my opinion, are super cheap. A thing you need to look out for with the Willie McCovey rookie, of course, is centering. It's got an expansive green background, just a solid green field behind his image and behind the Topps All Rookie trophy. That card is very well known for blue fish eyes in that green background. If that doesn't bother you, then go ahead and pick one up, because you're probably, going to pay closer to 169 or 249 for a 6. But if you can find them well centered without the blue fish eyes in that green background, like, you've got a really high eye appeal version of that card, as long as it has clean registration, because that's another common flaw in this card. You've got a great example of that card, and you're probably going to pay a little bit more than the VCP average price for it. And then thirdly, for Hall of Fame rookie cards, you have recent inductee Jim Kaat. Now, again, he's a pitcher. He won, I think, 13 Gold Gloves, 280 something games in his career, but he lost a lot of games too. So he is not what I would consider like an inner circle Hall of Famer pitcher. He's not a Don Drysdale. He's not a Sandy Koufax, some of those guys. Definitely not a Tom Seaver. Definitely not a Nolan Ryan. But his rookie card in a PSA 5 is $54. And in a PSA 6, it's $92. So and it's a great looking card. I didn't grab mine, but I just really like the rookie cards from the 60 Topps, especially the what is it? This 1960 rookie stars. They have the red, white, and blue stripe. The background is orange, and then the player's face is in a circle. I think they're really cool looking cards, and this Jim Kaat is no exception to that. And again, that's incredibly cheap, $92 for an, air quotes, investor grade rookie card. And then last but not least, we do have another kind of notable player in 1960 Topps that is not a Hall of Famer, but was a really good player, and his rookie card is in that set as well, and that's Frank Howard. So just a monster, a mountain of a man. I think he was like 6'6", 6'7", played first base, hit some moonshot home runs. I believe he hit more than 40 a season or two. Was a really good player with some pretty impressive overall career stats, but he's not in the Hall of Fame. And you can pick this card up for a song in, mid-grade card. So that's it. So what an amazing 5-year period of rookie cards in Topps' history, really. And I think the early 50s obviously are better known for bigger iconic rookie cards. You've got, of course, Mantle and Mays. You've got Aaron, Kaline, Ernie Banks, like a whole lot of really good, amazing rookie cards from, 51 to 55. But don't sleep on these late 50 cards. Like the Frank Robinson rookie card is amazing. The Brooks Robinson rookie card is also amazing. There are just some really good rookie cards, in my opinion, in this 5-year run of Top sets. So the next one of these that I do, I will cover 61 through 65. And again, some really cool cards of Hall of Fame greats in those years as well. So I don't know when I'm going to do that, because again, I've kind of been all over the place with this. I've got a big collection that I've been going through here the last few days that it works with a lady that works with my wife. Unfortunately, her husband passed away a year or two ago, I think. So I'm going through his collection just to kind of let her know what is in there. I don't know if I'll do a video on that or not at some point. I don't know if it's a collection that I'm going to buy. Um, she said if there was nothing good in there, she's probably just going to throw it away. And I would hate to see her throw it away. But it's mostly from like 95 to like 99 or 2001. And I've been through the bulk of it. And it's intriguing because those are years I didn't really collect a whole lot. So a lot of those cards I don't have. So far, what I've seen is there are a lot of Hall of Famers in there, but there aren't any like upper level Hall of Famers. There's not any King Griffey Jr., Frank Thomas, Derek Jeter, stuff like that. There's more. Not that Randy Johnson's not an upper level Hall of Famer, because he is, but his cards just aren't as expensive. So there's a lot of Randy Johnson, Harold Baines, Cal Ripken Jr., Tony Gwynn, different stuff like that that are still cool cards, and I don't have any of them. So we'll see what happens with this. And then again, I'll be probably focused on one video a week. So the way I've been doing these budget collection videos, I've kind of been spreading them out over, I'll do one and then a couple months later I'll do another one. So with my collection, my YouTube channel is all over the place, just like my brain is. Who knows? Next video might be getting a 91 Upper Deck SP Michael Jordan back from SGC or something. Who knows? Or picking one up off of eBay. I don't know. So I'm starting to ramble. I apologize. This video drug out longer than I intended it to. If you're still with me, I really appreciate it. I hit 1,320 subscribers the other day. I hit it, and then I'd go back to 1319, then I would hit it again. Right now, it maybe I'm going to stick around there. So if you're still with me and you're not subscribed to the channel, if you would do so, I can't tell you how much I would appreciate that. And also give this one a like. If you would like to get some nice interaction going, let me know which one of these cards that I mentioned in this video is your favorite rookie card, or top 3 or 4, however you want to go about it. I would love to hear your feedback on which ones of these rookie cards that you think are the most iconic or that you enjoy the most. So I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up at that. So I appreciate your support once again, and until the next one, I hope you have a good one, and I'll talk to you later.